Om Shri Ganeshaya Namah. We bow to the beloved elephant-faced Lord, the remover of obstacles, the granter of wisdom. As we begin our final journey together through the sacred verses of Ganesha Ashtakam, we invoke His divine presence. Let His blessings flow through every word we speak tonight. The word Ashtakam means 8 verses. 8 perfect pearls of devotion strung together. In Sanskrit literature, the Ashtakam represents a complete offering. Like the 8 directions of space. Like the 8 forms of wealth. Each verse captures a different facet of the divine. Together, they create a mandala of praise. This particular Ganesha Ashtakam has been chanted in temples for centuries. Devotees recite it during morning prayers. Students whisper it before examinations. Merchants chant it before opening their shops. Because Ganesha is the Lord of beginnings. Every new venture, every fresh start, every hopeful moment begins with His name. Listen now to the opening verse. Feel how it sets the foundation for everything that follows. Ekdantam chaturastam pashankushagrahitam. Radam cha vardam chava dhimahi gajannam. 1-tusked, 4-armed, holding the noose and goad. The broken tusk and the blessing hand. We meditate on the elephant-faced one. This opening verse paints Ganesha's divine form with precise brush strokes. The single tusk speaks of his sacrifice. Long ago, when sage Vyas needed someone to write the Mahabharata, Ganesha broke his own tusk. He used it as a pen. 18 days of continuous writing. The greatest epic ever told. All written with a broken tusk. This is a sacrifice of knowledge. Wisdom always demands something precious in return. The 4 arms represent the 4 directions of space. His protection extends everywhere. In one hand, the Pasha, the noose that pulls us toward righteousness. In another, the Ankusha, the goad that guides us away from wrong paths. The third hand holds a piece of his own tusk, the symbol of sacrifice for knowledge. The fourth hand remains open, always ready to bless. The second verse reveals his cosmic nature. Buddhi priyam dinyutam sarvakarya vinayakam. Mahatam mukhya patirdham vande gajannam. Beloved of wisdom, compassionate to the suffering, leader of all actions. The foremost among the great ones. I bow to the elephant-faced Lord. Here we see Ganesha as Buddhipriya, the friend of wisdom. Not just intelligent, but the very source of intelligence. When students struggle with difficult concepts, they invoke him. When scholars face complex problems, they seek his guidance. He makes the impossible suddenly clear. The darkness of confusion gives way to the light of understanding. Dinyutam means compassionate to the suffering. Ganesha never turns away the desperate. Never ignores the broken-hearted. His elephant heart holds infinite compassion. Like his mother Parvati, he feels every devotee's pain. Like his father Shiva, he has the power to transform that pain into strength. The third verse celebrates his role as a cosmic architect. Sarva Vighna Haram Devam Sarvarayanavnaikam. Sarvasiddhikram Chaiva Gajannam Namamyaham. Destroyer of all obstacles, Divine One, leader in destroying all enemies. Granter of all accomplishments. I bow to the elephant-faced one. This is why we begin every prayer with Ganesha's name. Every ritual with his invocation. He clears the path before we even take the first step. Imagine a great boulder blocking your way. Ganesha doesn't just move it aside. He transforms it into stepping stones. Every obstacle becomes an opportunity. Every challenge becomes a chance to grow stronger. Sarvasiddhikram means he grants all accomplishments. But these are not worldly achievements alone. True Siddhi is spiritual attainment, the accomplishment of the soul. When we chant his name with pure devotion, he grants us something far greater than success. He grants us peace. The fourth verse reveals the deepest mystery. Ganesha as the embodiment of Om itself. Omkaram Brahmaswarupam Pranvadi Patim Param. Shrutisara Mahavedam Gajannam Namamyaham. The form of Om, the essence of Brahman, the supreme lord of Pranav, the essence of the Vedas. I bow to the elephant-faced one. Look closely at Ganesha's form. See how perfectly it mirrors the sacred symbol Om. His curved trunk traces the main curve. His round belly forms the lower curve. His raised hand creates the upper dot. Even his very body is a living mantra. The sound that created the universe takes physical form. When we chant Om, we invoke the primordial vibration, the first sound that emerged from cosmic silence. Ganesha is that sound given form, that vibration made visible. This is why his worship transcends all boundaries, all traditions, all schools of thought. He is the universal principle itself. The fifth verse honors him as the supreme teacher. Nityam Brahmadharanam Ekvaktaram Trilochna. Lambodra Vikasiye Vade Gazarja Saha. Eternal celibate, one-faced, three-eyed, large-bellied, wide-eyed. I honor the Elephant King. The three eyes represent his divine vision. Past, present, and future spread before him like an open scroll. The third eye sees beyond the veil of Maya, beyond illusion to truth. When we pray to Ganesha, we ask for this vision, the ability to see clearly through life's confusions. Lambodra speaks of his generous belly. This isn't mere physical description. His belly contains the entire universe. All knowledge, all wisdom, all compassion. When devotees offer him modaks, the sweet dumplings, they're offering their own ego, their pride, their selfishness. He swallows it all with cosmic humor, transforms it all with divine alchemy. The sixth verse celebrates his warrior aspect. Ishnam Sarv Vidya Nam Sarv Dehim. Tattavamay Sivtmaka Vande Gazarja Saha. Lord of all knowledge, ruler of all beings, the essence of truth, the very soul of Shiva. I honor the Elephant King. Ganesha inherits his strength from Shiva the destroyer, his compassion from Parvati the mother. This verse reveals his complete authority over knowledge, over beings, over truth itself. Yet he wields this power with gentleness. The elephant is the mightiest land animal, yet it moves with surprising grace. This is Ganesha's way. Infinite power expressed through infinite love. The seventh verse speaks of his eternal presence. Mahgaya Pankavaktrita Vande Guhagrajam. Sarvabuddhimaya Deva Jagvandya Vineswaram. Great Ganesha, five-faced, I bow to the elder brother of Guha, the god of all wisdom, worshipped by the world, the Supreme Lord. Here Ganesha appears in his cosmic form. Five faces representing the five elements: earth, water, fire, air, and space. All of creation emanates from these five. All of creation returns to these five. Ganesha presides over this eternal dance, this cosmic rhythm of manifestation and dissolution. Guhagrajam means elder brother of Kartikeya. Even the commander of the gods' armies honors his elder brother. Even the deity of war seeks blessings from the deity of peace. This teaches us the supremacy of wisdom over force, of patience over haste, of love over conflict. The final verse offers the ultimate promise. Ashtaka ya pahe nitya gajnana sat smaran. Na tasya viran bhavanti sarv kriyu sarvad. Whoever reads this Ashtakam daily, always remembering the elephant-faced one. For them, obstacles never arise in any undertaking, ever. This is the solemn promise embedded in the hymn itself. Daily recitation creates an invisible shield. Protection that follows you everywhere. Into examinations. Into business meetings. Into family gatherings. Into moments of crisis. The obstacles dissolve before they can even form. But remember the deeper meaning. True obstacles are not external. They live in our own minds. Doubt, fear, anger, jealousy. These are the real barriers to happiness. When we remember Ganesha constantly, these inner obstacles cannot take root. Our mind becomes clear. Our heart becomes pure. Our actions become beneficial. This ancient promise still holds true today. Thousands of devotees can testify. Students who passed impossible examinations. Entrepreneurs who built thriving businesses. Families who found harmony after years of conflict. All through the simple practice of daily remembrance. The traditional way to recite this Ashtakam is beautiful in its simplicity. Wake before dawn. Light a small lamp. Offer flowers if you have them. Even a single leaf works perfectly. Sit facing east. Chant each verse slowly. Let the Sanskrit syllables roll off your tongue like sacred honey. Don't worry about perfect pronunciation. Ganesha listens to the heart, not the accent. Don't worry about understanding every word. The sound itself carries transformative power. The vibration itself removes obstacles. As we complete this sacred Ashtakam, we complete our entire journey together. 7 different aspects of Lord Ganesha. 7 different moods of devotion. 7 different pathways to His grace. We began with His birthday celebration. We explored His various names. We learned His origin stories. We discovered His different forms. We chanted His powerful mantras. We heard His protective kavachas. And now we conclude with this perfect Ashtakam. Each hymn added another layer to our understanding. Another color to our devotion. Together they form a complete portrait of the beloved elephant-headed Lord. The eternal child playing in the cosmic garden. The wise teacher guiding lost souls. The fierce protector removing every barrier. The loving son honoring his divine parents. This is the beauty of the Hindu devotional tradition. No single prayer captures everything. Each hymn reveals different facets of the infinite diamond. Each chant opens different chambers of the heart. Together they create a symphony of surrender. A mandala of love. May you carry these sacred sounds in your heart. May these ancient verses become your daily companions. May Ganesha's blessings flow through your life like a gentle river, nourishing everything they touch, purifying everything they encounter. May Lord Ganesha remove every obstacle from your path and bless you with wisdom, prosperity, and new beginnings. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.